Happy Tuesday afternoon, everybody. Banger. Oh, the light's not on. What the hell am I doing? Unprofessional Tuesdays here. I lied. I'm playing Dinkum again. Because I just got the farm stuff. I didn't mean the list to be visible already, but it is. Just got the farm stuff. I want to get into that deep mine. So we may play Dinkum today and tomorrow. Maybe something one-off tomorrow. I did say Red Dead, which may happen Saturday. I don't know. I have a couple of things I'm going to decide on. But Saturday, we're starting something new. So that should be fun. Anyways, list here. We might as well look at it. We're going to the deep mine. Like I said, that's the reason we're here. Do the irrigation stuff. Again, part of why, mostly why we're here. Get people to move in, always. Move the visitor plot someday. Pretty uptown someday. XP for farming skill. I think we're good on that for now, though. I don't feel the need to grind that. Because I was really just going for irrigation. I don't know how much further it gets, but we'll find. Don't starve, can't starve, obviously. Let's Dinkum. Let's just get into Dinkum. Let's just start Dinkum. Dink it up. Dink, 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 dink. Oh, the farm, yeah, because we haven't done that. We did technically go like look at it and stuff. But we went back to, or it didn't save. Gross. Animals fed. Some of the sugarcane reapable. Fruit gatherable. I'm pretty chill, you know? But sometimes I come into Dinkum and I'm just like, you know, solving problems mode. Not today, Melvin, we're busy. Like I said last time, nothing expensive or nothing that takes time. We will talk to Sheila though. Chat. I may do a job for Sheila. Yeah, I can make you a fruit salad, Sheila. Apply for license, farming license. Oh. Let's knock out that fruit salad real quick. I believe it's apple, banana, Huandao, bush lime. We should make more of these. These seems like really good, like mine food. One of these days I'll unmute the desktop audio when it needs to be unmuted and not 5 minutes into the stream. One of these days. That's a floating bird. Like, nose itches so much. Did we buy a mine pass and put it away? It's Thursday, so we should be fine, but I'd like to have one in storage because it seems like every time I want to go to the mine, closed or something. I assume we just need iron and the copper versions of those tools to make those. I assumed correctly. Oh, how could I almost forget to pet my animals? I was like, they're fed. I don't have to do anything about it. Absolutely, I have to do something about it. Oh. They look like, I mean, I guess they are wombats, but they look like kawakas. Except not as happy. Daniela, I need you to eat. You worry me. I dropped it. I'm surprised that happened. So if I... That's a problem that we need to address by making another making another scythe, I guess. So why does it need a plank? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So a regular one does 3? What does a copper one do? This is a dangerous game we're playing here. How do you... Can I use an axe? Yeah, I didn't need to make that. I could have just used an axe. Well, that's a little bit upsetting, if I'm being perfectly honest. Did I put fertilizer elsewhere? Or did I use it all the other day? We're gonna let stuff grow for a while. Okay. I don't know what would go in there. All right, I'm just doing the needful. Oh, I have all this stuff to sell. That's right. I could sell Sheila my cooked bush limes just for fun. Yeah. I knew that Hercules moth was missing from your collection, Theodore. So, do we have a repair kit kicking around? Looking stormy out here. No. And we do need the repair. Because all three of, before we go into the mine, because all three of my pickaxes are looking less than stellar. Oh, we do need the water plants too. That is a thing. Oh. Five iron bar. Oh my gosh. That's expensive. Not that we don't have a mess of iron, but I suppose a watering can never like breaks, so it's somewhat justified. I saw that there was another kind of ore down in the big mine, or in the deeper mine, and I'm wondering if that's like how you get a 9x9. Not 9x9. 9 square, but 3x3. So much nicer and faster. Okay, I guess I'm gonna need to get a repair kit from Franklin before we go mining, because I definitely want to have my pickaxes ready to go. We need to get 35k. I think it's 35k out of the bank. Control. Math. I'm surprised with myself that I even got that right. Honeycomb path? Oh, it's only 30,000. That's fine. Hey, Franco, you got anything easy to do today? Sorry, Franco. Today, it would be too much trouble. You know, I made that watering can forgetting completely that I can make a sprinkler. Which we're gonna do. Unless I have to buy it from Franklin. Oh, was that a different license? I think it might have been a different license. I think it might have been like irrigation license or something. Yep. Well, see, now it's like, do I want to do those sprinklers now? Let me do some Googling here. Irrigation license 1. It's not on the list of licenses for some reason. Advanced sprinkler takes a sprinkler, so we can make the sprinkler. Get a water tank. Ooh, that takes some stuff, but not too bad. Twice water, 2 sprinklers, 10 tiles out. Reaches 1 tile out. Well, then I'm gonna do that right away, actually. Doesn't seem particularly useful. Because it literally only, like, sprinkles things 1 tile away from it. I'd rather just manually water plants, honestly. So, in the meantime, let's, one thing we really need to do, and we're gonna do it now, even though it's boring. We're gonna go get bright wires. Or try to. I was trying to see if there's like an easier way to get them, but not really. Okay. Let's go to one of the teleporters because... Oh, I have to go to the... I have to be in a teleporter. But yeah, it seems like the areas like you haven't been in a while have more of the X's than other things, so... Let's go to not around our house. What happened? Oh no, I don't want that. Right click. There we go. I think because I put the marker on it, it wouldn't, like, go there. Great. Exciting. That was an accident. Look at all these X's. Except they're just giving me single items, which is not ideal. Here we go. I kind of need keys at this point because I think I think the gates in the deeper mine take even more keys to open. Oh, what are we doing? Come on, what are we doing? too fast for it. I feel like I checked the wiki thing for bright wires so much, just hoping that I've like misread it all these times, and there's actually a way, like 10 sheets that I could just make them, but I don't know. I can't imagine what that would be, but why are they so rare? Whoa, bright wire. I think we have one now. I spent so long today playing Gundam Battle Operation 2, which seems like it could be all right. It doesn't seem like super terrible and predatory, starting out at least. Maybe later when you're like heavy into the game and you want stuff, but I'm not gonna get that heavy into it, I don't feel like, because I just want to play Gundam sometimes. Dog's going nuts out there. Again, I don't know that that gets picked up. Maybe it does when I'm talking, but dog barking all the time. Look at this. Perfect. Perfectly laid out. What is that? I don't think I've caught him. We don't have to guess. We can just look. Black. We haven't turned it. If we see any more crickets, we better turn those in, because we apparently haven't turned in crickets. Pygmy fly? Yeah, we definitely turned that in. Okay. Shiny discs are fine too, because we do need them for things, but also, like, you can give them to Franklin for a lot of money. There we go. Bright wire, shoot, we got 2 of them. Man, we're on a roll. Most successful bright wire run anyone's ever seen. Speaking of bright wire, not bright wire, speaking of crickets is what I meant to say. Even though it's been 20 minutes since I said anything about crickets. When I used to work at the Hobby Lobby, there would be like one day every year in the fall, usually, when there would just be a plague of crickets that broke their way into the store in various places, and would literally have to sweep up a mess of crickets. And a lot of times they were dead, and they just, I don't know how that happened. They just died. As far as I know, no one actually put any effort into killing them. They were just dead. What could we drop? Log. We bury the gum log, or it'll pop up. Yeah, we buried it. But the worst part of it is, I just buried that. There it is. They would get up into the ceiling and be in the little because whenever we got our cheap security system installed, they didn't close the top of the bubbles where the security cameras look straight down onto the cash registers. So crickets would get in there, and then I would get called into the office, and my boss would be standing there at the screen full of cameras, and it would look like a super old monster movie where they just basically put a bug in front of the camera, really big. And I'm just like, damn it, let me go get the 20-foot ladder and hope none of these zonked out stay-at-home moms. It's not stay-at-home moms. It was like old drunk ladies mostly. Don't run into my cart and kill me. They'll run into my ladder and kill me with a cart. But two of them right next to each other. Hot cylinder. This is all pretty useful stuff. I don't know. Oh, there's one next to it, wasn't there? Okay. I don't care. Bad guess. I mean, oh shoot. They're two next to each other. Oh. Three of them. Even if this, this is a mildly successful run. Or not mildly, this is like a very successful run, actually. Start making my way back over towards the teleporter. So many of these ending up like right next to each other. I'm not upset about it by any means. I think this hat's on backwards. Go, go. I was like, oh, we gotta get back to start. It's 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Two bright wires in the same container? 5? We got 5. Most successful bright wire one. Bright wire run anyone's ever done. 6 bright wires. Are bright wires not rare? I just have bad luck. Oops. Oh, there's a cricket. Are you so slippery, cricket? This cricket's gonna make me pass out. Got him. Oh, right. We don't need that. That's not what I'm here for. That's it. That is right there. We got so many, I'm just greedy now. Hi, Melvin. I keep meaning to go check. What do I need to check for? I need to check Irwin's more often for something. I'm just gonna, until it gets, like, until it's late, I'm gonna just keep on, metal detecting. Because if we get enough bright wires, if I could finish the last teleportation tower today. Which I took off the list, but I think it's still needing to be done. We're getting that late night music. When I was looking up, like... the mine? What? Why can't I hit that? Can I put more dirt under it? Right wire. What a day. Seven. If we have one in our inventory, we have enough to do the last teleport tower finally. Oh, but I was looking about the mines, and the mines start shaking at 11 because at midnight they, like, there's not an earthquake, they fill with radiation and they start slowly killing you. I'm like, that's worse than an earthquake. All right. Detect our way home. Let's see. We have 2. So we can, in fact, fix the final teleporter. Forgot what that takes, though. Takes 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 1, 2. And tomorrow, we'll repair all our tools and do our mine run. Actually, we'll fix that teleport tower first and see how long that takes. To bed. I don't know if that's like, I don't know, maybe it's just like, hey, you haven't caught this yet. Here's a tip. Go do this. Like, is this the biggest they get? When do I shave them? Maybe that's what we could try. Nope. I'm pretty sure it is pleeps that get trimmed. Oh, you just laid an egg now. Honey. Wonder how long that's been waiting for me to do something about it. So nice. This particular time of day, I'm like, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between watered and not in some angles. Oh, well, you're ready. Can't believe I accidentally chopped down like a good chunk of whatever this is. just a oh, Alpha Jackaroo. I'm always down to murder Alpha Jackaroos. Yeah, I'm not doing it. We're busy. You're already living here. I don't care. I mean, there's one right there, I think, actually. I think I have that. What time do you open? 10? Still an hour. All right, well, let's just, it's over here, I believe. Just hoist our ass over there and slap up this tower. And empty my inventory in case I see anything good along the way. Doesn't make sense, but all right. I guess it doesn't snow. Almost through winter, it hasn't snowed. I suppose this is tropical Australia. We kind of just need to take a straight path, because if I just keep veering off to grab things, we're never going to get there. I need to do what I did last time. There. I think that's just the way we have to do Dinkum, since they don't like to have the music on all the time. Oh, nipping at my heel. Literally. I didn't expect them to turn around that fast. I remember the episode of Mythbusters where they had like a dummy rigged up to a system to zigzag away from a crocodile to see if it worked. I have no idea if it did, but I do remember how ridiculous that was. It's got to be down here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Scorpion. I'm fairly certain. Yeah. It's probably worth $1 or so. So it's not like I wasted picking it up. I know this bottle brush brew is good, so I should grab bottle brush. I'm here. I put batteries in it. That makes sense. That sounds like the end of a Mythbusters thing. It was busted not because the zigzag couldn't get away, but because they couldn't get the croc to chase. Crocodiles aren't chasers. They are. Crocodiles do seem to be creepers. That's for sure. Crocodiles are nasty. Oh geez, that shark. I didn't think he would get juked, you dingus. Don't you feel full? Oh shit. But crocodiles like kill things, and then that bush devil's sleeping in the water. He's dead. But they kill things and they like shove them under logs and let them get real nasty, and then eat them later. Now I'm gonna be lousy with bright wires. Or that's alligators. I don't remember which are which or why or how to identify. I feel like I've seen about 20 times alligators have long noses and crocodiles have U-shaped noses. I think that's correct, but as to where they live and which ones are from where, couldn't even begin to tell you. Oh, this isn't a good time to actually fight an alpha because I don't have room for anything. And now I'm like, did I get that backwards? Is it the other way around? He's just asleep in the water. Yeah, he's just asleep. I was like, he's not dead, is it? But it can't be dead. So they just don't, dead things don't have bodies. Are those redfish you keep catching? Because those are giant and slightly different. I'm going to try to catch one. Nope, I'm not. I don't have the inventory space. Nothing I'm looking for. So like we get, well, I'm gonna give like all but 5 of these to Franklin. Oh, I didn't actually want you to make me anything. I wanted you to have some discs for you. God dang, Franklin. What was that? $205? 205,018 or something like that? 205,000 divided by 22. 9,300 and something a piece? Jeez. Yeah, I guess that checks out. Ah! Yep. Why does everybody want a blue moon butterfly? Oh, look, I'm out here on with a vendetta or something, carrying around a spear from place to place. Okay. We're gonna start the brewer. With some bottle brush tea. Do I have the bottle brush to make the tea? I do. Oh no, I don't want to put the fertilizer in there. I wonder how long the fertilized plots last. Okay. Alpha. Kangaroo now. Jackaroo. A slightly productive day. Sharks just want to be all up in my way today. Ow! Okay. The jellyfish will sting you. Can't. Obviously, that's the first time I've done that. All right, let's catch this guy. Because people ask for that thing all the time. Is he dead? Okay. I think it's broken. I know last week I said Red Dead today. And I did lie. And I apologize. But I was looking at things and I was like, there's other stuff I could and kind of want to play. So presently, might be Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight checks a lot of boxes. Dead Cells also. What is this? Didn't give me any seeds or anything. Guess it did. Or not. Whatever. But I don't know. So we're starting something new Saturday. Ouch. Could be Hollow Knight. Could be Dead Cells. Could be Red Dead. If I play Hollow Knight, maybe I'll understand everybody wanting this Silk Song thing or whatever it is. All the time. Get wrecked. I bet if I cooked up that prime meat with something, it would be worth a pretty penny. Like, no reason not to grab this stuff. It's useful. I kind of need to look into, like, kind of games those are individually. Because, like, I have an idea. I think Hollow Knight is just like Soulsy. I think Dead Cells is more roguelike. Is that how big a bay bug is? That's huge. I don't think I've ever actually caught one. I think I've always like got it out of the recycling bin or something. Hold on, I need that poo-poo. Oh, you can have the bay bug on the prawn. Oh, who wanted me to kill the Milbird? Complete your quest. That's not even actually that much money, honestly, for what it is. Because I think you get I think you only get 9,000 for. Ugh! That spooked me a little bit. You know, it was like, I don't know, probably in the last year or so where I became extremely conscious of the fact that I still don't have any form of carpal tunnel, and was like, that's lucky. I should really definitely try to do something about that. And do something about maintaining that. And that is part of the reason for these hands. Just dump all this garbage. Thanks for the poop, guys. Hawk, I feel like you've played both of those games. Which should I play? Dead Cells or Hollow Knight? If not, then sorry, I've made a mistake. But I feel like Hollow Knight's an actual story and stuff. And Dead Cells is just roguelike. don't know why I have these flowers. They're just gonna, I'm just putting them in here. Who cares? I don't feel like I need a campfire anymore. Maybe I do. I don't know. I don't know. Now that we have that thing done, since it's not terribly late, let's take a teletower to the Southern Ocean and do a fish or two. Oh, there's some apples right here. Nope, I didn't want to do that. Maybe I need to bring a boat with me down here. Just set myself up a boat down this way too. Because I think you have to get out away from land for the bigger stuff to show up. Because all I see here are jellyfish. Oh, that's a pearl. Spooked him. I think that's probably an anchovy. Which I wouldn't be upset about. I could put that in the storage. People ask for anchovies a lot. I think that's just a bluefish. I don't want to catch that. Well, why not? What am I doing? Oh, doing a bad job is what I'm doing. Or maybe I just get a jet ski. You tootle my butt all the way over here. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's just one of those redfish, isn't it? I made it mad. He seems confused. I think in order to get the actual fish I'm after, I probably am going to have to bring a boat. Which I can just go break my boat and bring it with me. Or I could just build one and put it next to this tower, because I don't think they're expensive to build, the rowboats at least. This is a Barramundi. An Encyclopedia Maxima Mundi. Yeah, if you catch those close, they do not want to, like, let you have them close. Yeah. I think that's just like a perch or something. Yeah. Let's maybe make us another boat. Not to be used today, probably, but it'll be there. I'm gonna set these anchovies out. Let me put them on top of my roof. I've jumped up there before. No, I can't. Won't let me put the fish on the roof. Fine. Why won't you go exactly where I want you to go? Okay. All right, we're going. Well, we're gonna look at the boat. We're seeing man about a boat. Gumwood, palmwood, tin bar, nails. If I don't have that stuff right now, I don't care about it. We have that stuff right now. That's surprising. That never happens. Let's go drop it off. Jeez, that got away from me. Or we can put it here. That's fine. Okay. The boat lives here now. All right, let's repair our tools, and then we'll go to the mine tomorrow. Deep in the mine. I don't know that we need a pass and rubies. I assume so, but I don't know that. I know it won't work, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Well, it worked. It worked on the slingshots, or I took the slingshots. I should sell some of these slingshots. They're not super useful. I don't feel it. Anyways. Yes. Bam. Okay. We're gonna take it. We don't need the hoe. We'll take 2 pickaxes, 1 axe, 1 iron spear. I sell those fish tomorrow. Let's grab the keys so we don't forget. We need 4 ruby shards and a mine pass. Then we'll do a dump before we actually go. Someday I'll get a hat that fits. But I didn't have such a big head. Sally says, I already gave Sally enough money to move in. I just need to... Oh, that bottle brush is taking a while to brew. Delightful noises every morning. Trying to pet everybody. They love their water feature. I'm glad the kangaroos don't eat the cheese or something. Jackaroos. We want to take the Waddle Tea. We want to take fruit salad. And I have my meat on a stick. Actually, we want to take the Waddle Brew. Did I plant? It's not corn, is it? I didn't plant corn. No. Wonder if, like, when I have the irrigation, if I need to refill the water tanks regularly, or if they're just there once you build them, they're there and that's it. Okay, everything seems watered. Let's dump a bunch of stuff. You don't need the poo-poo. Actually, I want to take the net, because maybe even the fishing pole, because I hear there's animals down there, I think. So, maybe. We might need it. I will do that, because that's a good deal. Who wanted it? Milbert. He probably for nefarious deeds. Let's talk to Sally. Yeah. Because I need to get you to like 2.5 hearts so you'll move in. Take these fish. It's not bad for 3 fish. I assume that's mostly barramundi. But... two bags of concrete, I think she said. We can check and not waste our time. Put these shorts away. All right, let's turn these in. We're gonna cook a singular croco meat because it like beefs up your... Oh, this one actually does better. Whatever, that's fine. 2020? 2510. I'd rather have the 2020. Boom! I'll come back for that poo-poo later. Here you go. Thank you. And I will also actually talk to you because I don't know if it'll help, but... No, it didn't seem to, but that's fine. Time to mine. Oh, I should have... Well, that's fine. Oh! Oh! Starting right off the bat here. Just bones. Are vines for anything? Oh, jeez. That's tough. Nothing. I mean, this is interesting for sure. Can I take these? Nope. Oh, I could... If I wanted a mossy brick path, I could apparently do that. This is a door in, right? I don't want to actually... There's so much, like, stuff going on down here. One of those lizards. I don't really want to mess with them. Oh, that's a plant in the water. These wood? Seem like they're wood. Whoa, whoa, what? Oh, grubs. What the heck? I got freaking jumped. I think the grubs are for something. The tongue? That's fun. Yeah, definitely want to get those grubs. Also these buttons. Wonder if I could do something with them. They all left. Zirconium ore? Candle hat. Oh, wow. Crocodile candle hat. Seems top tier. Yes. Oh, he spits. We're all grub meat. What a rube. We got a 300 these. Oh, they're running. They're not trying to kill me. I almost feel bad about it. Well, this is certainly interesting. I wasn't expecting this. What is it? Is it that lizard again? Leave me alone, lizard. Flashlight still casts more light than the... Oh, that was bad. Than the, candle hat. But the candle hat, it's not too sick. I'm sick. Here's another building. Shouldn't make defense food. I'm just gonna stand here and tank stuff like that. Like, I could just stand there and like farm the grubs. I didn't only brought one spear because I didn't think I'd need more. I always make some poor decision when I come to the mine. Blueprint, more zirconium ore, an iron spear. That's helpful. I was just complaining about that. That's just full of grubs. So I don't even know if I want to go in there. I'm gonna go in there. Should I be like mining this? No, that doesn't seem better. switch spears. There's no reason to use the key on that because it just goes back outside. What? Oh. Heck of a lot of iron down here. Oh, that was almost the death of me right there. Oh, the sickness is bad. I'm basically on the run until the sickness goes away. Oh, that was almost it right there. What? Where? This has defense on it. Slam that bowl into my face. That's just... I don't think that's worth using the key on. Ah, there he is. Jeez. They're so sneaky. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like mostly I want to find those things to open because... Or if I see the other kind of ore to get, I'll mine that, but I don't think you can mine it. It didn't seem like you can find any to mine. A lot of iron down here, though. But that doesn't seem to be, like, the main attraction, you know? I need at least 10 of these, I feel like. Copper, on the other hand, I always need copper. Copper's what I'm always out of. Okay, we got 10 of those. Grubs. They're fast. It makes it a little harder because it doesn't seem like those buildings have a certain or like specific look on the map either, so I can't just like look around for them. It's just so much iron. Oh! Good luck getting home. I feel like I'm making myself increasingly more trapped. This is bad. I'm stuck. I was going to say, unless the green is the buildings, but it's obviously not. Oh, hey, what is that? Hey, I need to get a flower. Stop. Bird of paradise. Leave me alone. The jungle's an unforgiving place. It's a trap. It's like, how do we get home? Oh boy. Oh, Is that... Emerald shard. Well, I'm gonna crack those open. Actually, before I crack any more open, let's see if that's a good idea. Oh, you need emerald shards to make, like, improved versions of things from Franklin, so I'm not wasting them by breaking them open. It seems like more of what I would use them for anyway. It's a big pond. There's a building. And run along the outside of it. There's one to my left, too. Not better. To say I should just use the axe on these things. Even though it doesn't do like AoE, it's like... They only have 2 health. Bomb. Oh, good. Man, they're looking out for me here, actually. How do I use a bomb? Oh. No. That didn't do anything for health, really. Do I have anything for health? Not really. We may need to just try to get out of here. Yeah, this seems like it could use, like... Yeah, the fruit salad just gives... It's like tiny bit of HP back. But I feel like Dinkum could use armor, but I guess the armor is you getting food. We just have to be very careful. About their little roller moves. You can't get away because you'll sneak up on me and kill me in my sleep. Oh. That's actually kind of fine with me. I'm not so sad about that. I am sad about that. Advanced slingshot. Well, we don't have anything for health, really. We should leave. That was a fun time. We got stuff. What to do with it? Don't know. But we most certainly got stuff. We'll have to do another mine run to get more rubies, but Kendall has a fun time. Oh no, I'm trapped. I'm glad they don't just like immediately kick you straight outside. The first time you die in the mine, they just kick you to the elevator. Which, if you weren't carrying money, would honestly not be a bad plan to just get out of there. Put stuff away. This should go in there. It's my dump chest. This is my dump chest. Grub meat is for something. Where did I put on my cactus business? Oh, right here. That doesn't give health, so that's just gonna keep making. I apologize, that's just to keep making that noise. Till I'm done. What can I take out of here? Grass, I guess. So what grunted that Rue over there did? This is going in. Jesus, tool chest is getting out of hand. I might need another tool chest. I'm gonna have to like reorganize. Flashlight's almost broken. Pearl path. Let's take to build a water tank. A lot. It's actually not that bad. A lot of hardwood. I could make that. So we need 9 more. Ten sheets, 15. Oh, we need 2 more. It's still wild to me that you just... Why do you need an old contraption for a water tank? It's just a gravity-fed tank. Why do you need an engine? Oh, I actually don't have enough iron bars. Shocked. Again, apologies for the constant low health beat. How far out? Okay, so it's set. What did it say? 10 tiles out. Okay, good. We could set that up somewhere. This is big. I mean, we'd want to put it over here, obviously. I'm gonna put one here, and I want to put. It's just the exactly around area, and there. Just because I can. It's not helpful in any way. All right, going to bed. I'm gonna end the suffering. Yeah, we will need to do another mine run and get enough rubies to go back down there. I don't know. It seems like maybe all that stuff is for like that. What am I trying to say? Look at it. Look at it sprinkle. It seems like all that stuff is for Franklin to upgrade things. To make improved versions of things. So we may not really need to go down there again for a while. Man, if only I had an organized like garden. I'm waiting for everything to grow, and I'm just gonna replant everything in one go, probably when spring starts. I feel like I should make a good chunk of the like corn grows forever, I think. Oh, maybe not forever. Wheat grows forever, which is what I've made here. I think this is all wheat. But I think corn grows for 2 seasons, but keeps growing the whole time. You guys burying stuff in here? Thanks for the poo-poos. It's a windy day. I think I already pet them, but the squeaks are fun, so I'm gonna do it again. To avoid just doing a double mine run day, maybe we'll just go fishing. Really? That was a noise you made. I should buy a mesa feed from Erwin. Here's hoping the advanced sprinkler is useful. I know, right? They look like those chonkers look like they just barrel right through it, and they seem like they're trying to escape a lot of the time because they're always up in these corners. But they don't want to go nowhere. They're having a great time. Getting fed, getting milked. But yeah, I feel I'm gonna need to be much more prepared when I go down there next time. Like, maybe corn dogs. Bread gives me defense. Lamington. Oh, coconut. Where do I get coconut at? Oh, prime roast. We can make that, I think. Well, we don't make, we melt that. We may not have potatoes. Pumpkin, green bean, one potato. We have to grow potatoes. Or buy them. I think, yeah, what's his name sells potatoes. And we got loads of prime roast because I just kill alphas all the time and don't do anything with it. We're going to need to make some of that for our next trip. Not as exciting as I thought, the bottled brush. I thought it would have more to it. A witch hat. Great. Another alpha jackaroo. Scallop shells. For 3 fertilizer? That seems like a lot of just looking for shells for 3 fertilizer. Like, assuming you pick those up off the beach? Oh, you could put scallop shells. Can you just put random shells in the... You could just jam shells in the fertilizer bin. I should go get a whole bunch of shells. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Erwin. Because I'm going to go do that now. Because I was just thinking, it's like, oh no, I'm almost out of poo-poo. Well, it seems like I'm probably a ways off from getting anybody to move in. I wonder if I should just upgrade my house. See, I need 4,000 for the next level of irrigation, which I want to save for that. What's the exchange rate? It's Sunday. No one is going to be open. Bed space is open. A little weirded out by Melbourne always being in other people's business. You know what? I should buy this and just save it in case it comes to be, you know? But you got to be careful when you get a dog, because like a dog, they're real dumbos and they try to fight alligators a lot. I can make one, like I said. Stores are closed though. I wanted to see about buying potatoes, but I think we only need one to make one. Oh no, what else do we need? Kale. We have kale, don't we? I've definitely planted kale in the past. There we go. Oh, well, no, we need 3 potatoes. Never mind. I lied to everyone, including myself. And I'm gonna go just go to town and picking up seashells. Let's see, I guess. Do they stack though? They do. Okay. I missed. Now we're gonna get bright wire for days. I assume just divine it. Found on small tropical islands in the Northeast Ocean. Looks like we have a field trip to go on. The Northeast Ocean. Just Northeast. All these small tropical islands. Okay, well, we'll go have a look. After we, like, scrounge the beaches for shells and stuff. Look at that haul over there. I mean, oh, never mind. Let's take the boat. Why not take the boat? There's a shark. We're holding on to poo-poo. So the holding down E thing doesn't work for just regular, or for shells at least. Maybe it's if it's all the same thing you're trying to pick up, it works. Yeah, fortunate. Yeah. Frickin', I don't need poop in slot 1. Let's put the scallops on the bar so we know how many we have. Oh, Ted Sully. Oh, he's actually on the home island this time. What's going on, Ted Sully? I'm not walking all the way home for that, Ted. We'll talk to you, though. Yeah, that checks out, Ted. I wonder if Ted Sully will buy, like, prime meat for, like, way too much money. See, this bat zapper. Oh, it's expensive to make. Yeah, you would have to find Ted Sully and then grab all the stuff. Alpha Hammer does 22. How much does my spear do? Oh, I don't have a spear. That's bad. I mean, it's fine. I just better not get in a fight. I mean, he went 25? 25. Erwin, that's a lot of shells. This really speaks to me because I only go to the beach in the winter. Or like very early spring when it's basically still winter. Because I'm an idiot. Like I say that, like I say winter and basically still winter. It's still like 70 degrees, but because, you know, it's South Texas, but still not as nice. Lousy with shells over here. Oh, we got enough. We can stop now. Let's give Erwin his stuff. It's a barramundi, I think. Let's give Erwin his stuff. Dump all this off. And then head for Coconut Land. Yep, here you go, bud. I feel like that might be way more fertilizer than, or way more scallop shells. I don't know this. I don't know the exchange rate. In fact, I should. I just had it open, but I don't. Okay, give me one of the chests I have stored. We're going to put it on the back side of the compost machine. Well, this is going to need to be reorganized later. But. Actually, I'm going to go to the restroom real quick. Be right back. I'm back. Okay. We don't need to know nothing about no water tanks anymore. Oh, how much time do we have on the Jackaroo? 3 days? That's fine. Where is it at? Whatever. We're going to get coconuts. We don't care. I mean, we will soon, but we're getting coconuts right now. No. Obviously, this crocodile has been terrorizing the town. Whenever I see it, like, that stuff laying around in town, part of me always wonders. They finally get a villager? Whoa! Whoa! Just a marlin out here. in the green gross water of right up next to my island. Oh man, don't mess up because it's costly. Holy mackerel. I mean, marlin. Why did I say mackerel? That was just an unthought, like, it just came out of my mouth. And I don't think I say holy mackerel. My grandfather used to say holy mackerel all the time, and I didn't know what it meant. And I found out what a mackerel was thanks to Animal Crossing. But a horse mackerel. Like, what good could that book be? Like, I have the Pedia thing. And if it's like any of the other things that identify things, you have to be right up next to it to use it. This interesting outline around my head. All right, just basically north. You keep an eye out for anything interesting looking. Fish-wise. Like, the rowboat's pretty quick. Oh, those are coconuts right there. Like, I've probably seen them 100 times. How have I never stopped to get coconuts? How many coconuts is that? 12 coconut. That's plenty of coconuts to plant. Trip complete. I saw something resembling. Oh, there's another marlin or something there. I'd like to take one home for selling. There's 2 of them. The fight is a lot though. You really got to be on top of it. That nighttime water sneaks up on you. I can't do anything but look at the side of the screen and concentrate. Got it. He's not interested. You try to be sneaky, get it first shot. I'm just gonna bring home a couple of marlins in my rowboat. I saw something a bit ago that looked kind of like Like a flounder or something? No, you're one of those redfish, aren't you? Not interested. Jeez, quit playing with me. There it is. I'm pretty sure I have this. Part of me wants to buy that book from Theodore just to see what the deal is. Like, is it OP? Oh, it's a loader rig. I forgot about those completely. By OP, do I mean, does it like put the names of the fish above their heads? Is that a redfish? Yeah. Boy, let me tell you. I don't know if everybody does this, but if I want to see something different, it looks different until I find out what it is. Like when I used to do void opal mining in Elite Dangerous, there's a very specific type of rock that is like almost always has void opals in it. And did every rock look almost enough like that rock for me to stop and scan it? Absolutely it did. Did it waste a lot of time? Absolutely it did. Made a lot of money though. Could I have made it faster? Absolutely. But I made my little channel. Should make a dock. Yeah, I need to grab a spear. But I apparently don't have one. I broke it. Oh, jeez. How big's the tank for if I throw a marlin down? Oh, it's large. Okay, so I want to make myself a little... Will they grow wherever I put them? I want it to be on the beach, though, you know? Let's cull these palms. It's an iron axe, and it took that much to chop that tree down. And put our little coconut grove over here. Oh, I'm old, my back's broken. All right, we're gonna start here. And then we're basically gonna like checkerboard pattern this kind of. At 7. I'm getting rid of this cactus. Oh, I don't even know what to do about that actually. And I'm playing the last one here. What do I do with cactus flesh? Oh, that's how you plant cactus. Nope. So you can get 2 from destroying 1 cactus. I'm just gonna put them over here for funsies. Well, the sand dollar needs to go in the compost chest. Actually, like, completed stuff needs to go elsewhere. I feel like. So this place could have some room. Well, the other chest doesn't have any room, so that's a problem. But I was going to ask where I got 3 fertilizer, but I forgot we spent the whole first half of the day digging up or picking up shells for Erwin. Thanks for your precious poos. Okay. I caught this fly that legitimately. Can I put it on top? Can I stack these 3 high if I wanted to? If I stood on top of something? No. It will not let me make a tower of bug. Go sleep. There's only one fish I don't have that's in the winter, so that I should probably try to catch before the end of the winter. I mean, it's not as bad as Animal Crossing when it's like, if I don't catch it, I gotta wait actual real people time. And there's only one winter bug at all. And it's only in the morning in the pine forest tropics. So here we go. Pine forest and tropics. I don't have like large tropic. I guess these are tropics here. Say I don't have large tropic areas, but I guess I do. They're just not next to my house. All right, while we're running away from giant danger chickens, keep an eye out for a giant stick bug. Okay, good to know. They don't stop just because you stop to catch a bug. My assumption would be that a giant stick bug would be on a tree. But then again, I don't know that. Just work our way into this bigger tropical zone. There's an opal. That's fine. There's multiple opal. Where is this field of... I don't have time right now. What the heck is this field of all these ores and stuff? That's crazy. Anyways, giant stick bug. There's a fly. Spooked me a little bit. I feel like I should plant more bananas. Do I just plant bananas? Yeah. Oh, of course. Kind of hard to keep an eye out when you're panicking and running from giant danger chicken bird. Stick bug. Stick bug. I just want to take you to a safe, non-bird infested new home. I imagine giant stick bug is probably harassed greatly by giant chickens. Danger chickens, that is. But also, there's a lot of underbrush here to easily miss seeing even the giantest of stick bugs. Take all these bananas, though. I'm gonna give myself a headache staring so intently at the screen. Hardcore stick bug scanning. Oh, goodness. I guess we go back. I hope we see it. Just hope it spawns behind us. We still got a while left before winter's over. And this seems to be the only bug that is winter only. You big old chickens seen any big old stick bug? I would really appreciate it if you have. Like this, I don't know what else I would do, but I was about to say, like, the speed at which I'm doing this. I feel like it would be easy to miss, even the largest of stick bugs. I'm gonna go with the assumption that morning means before noon. So that makes the most sense to me. Jeez, I'm gonna have to come back over here for sure when I have a better pickaxe in time. We already turned in the marlin, so we can just sell the ones we have. The noises that those kangaroos make spooks me sometimes. People ask for those all the time. Yeah, maybe the morning routine for a few days to wander the tropics or go to the pine forest. We could go. We can get there quickly through the teleporter because it says pine forest as well, and that might be easier to spot them in. But yeah, I know. Suddenly, I'm like, no. Yeah, suddenly I'm worried about getting stuff before season's end. But like I said, it's not like it's Animal Crossing and I have to wait an actual year before the stuff comes back. All right, well, now that we wasted the whole entire morning, time to get back. Time to get home and do work. Look at those coconut trees already sprouting up. I'm not sure how I have one turned in that I don't have. Maybe it's when I got somewhere and turned in, and it doesn't count it unless you actually caught it. The wheat's done. Let me get the bucket. Am I totally wrong in that you don't actually use the shears on the pleeps? Or are they just slow to grow? I'm looking up shears real quick. What are shears for? Yeah, harvest wool from pleeps. Oh. Pleeps actually, it's okay. Pleeps take 12 days. They do take a while to grow. That's the deal here. Pleeps take a little while to grow. So we still got some babby pleeps. I thought that crocodile was coming for me for a second. It is a statue. Statue I put down even. Okay, come on now. Oh, I obviously planted this weed on different days. Let's try to be sneaky about this. I'm gonna have to use the axe. I think I could singularly do it with an axe. Um, yeah, I'm not sure on... Oh, wait. Did I get two of them? But yeah, I'm not sure on boy, I'm not sure on what I was gonna say, I'll tell you that. Because I totally lost it. Wonder how long those stay fertilized, because it seems like everything I put fertilizer on has stayed fertilized the whole time. Give an out for Jack with a kill. Stylish sofa. It's 2 p.m. He's not open on Monday. Let's get... I think it's 110, it said. Withdrawal. 40,000. Oh, right. We wanted to check days ago the conversion rate of these. 500 for 1 point. Not a great conversion rate. Cord, carrots, whatever. Oh, that's a... We're about to find out how useless this is. Like, yeah, it looks like all the other things, right? It, like, I have to be, like, looking at it face to face to identify it. I need to find a bug. Oh, no. That's kind of what I was hoping it would do, but I was like, nah, it's not going to do that. That's actually pretty useful. I wish I would have bought the fish one now. So if we just run around with the book open in the tropics, it'll well, maybe hopefully a pop-up will happen that says, hey, it's over here. Anyways, we're gonna do some more fishing because there's like one fish during the winter that's like all day in the river, which this is all river here. We could do here because this kind of gets tricky. I guess not. There's just a marlin in there. Oh. So what I'm looking for seems very small based on what the picture I saw. Scorpion. Could be this. Doubtful, though. That's a perch. That's a buckaroo grunter. Actually, I also wanted to try. Loose sea slug's the only specifically winter thing. So, we got one of those already. Oh, that's an underwater thing. I was like, is that it? No wonder it's so tiny. Buckaroo grunters. Lousy with them. Like, I'm gonna catch that dog. I think these little ponds kind of count as ocean, so this might be an ocean fish. Tarpon. Have I caught a tarpon? Yeah, I definitely have. All right. Well, that could be what we're looking for down there. You can't even try to drag it in the last few feet when it starts kicking away, because... No, that's not at all what we were after. Buckaroo. Actually, I think we're in the mangroves now. Yeah, billabongs and mangroves. We might should fish the actual river so we don't get mixed up. A lot of crimes happening out here. I don't know. Part of me just wants to freaking wait for that book to come out again so I can buy it. And just hold it up around fish. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I don't know why I doubted whether that book could be good and useful. Anyways, I got those extra sprinklers. We can make our town fountain, finally. Stone brick bag of cement. We don't need... Yeah, let's pick up one of these sprinklers, because it's just like, who cares? Five stone and 5 bags of cement. Other than the sprinkler, that's pretty cheap. So, oh, let's get the tape measure. A tool every game needs. Every one of these types of games needs. All right. So we're going to call it like right here. Don't hold the button. Just click it. Hey, bud, how's it going? Oh, it only goes so far. It only goes 16 by 10 or 16 by 16. That's fine. So this is 16 and then that's 16 by 10. And then this is, there'll be like 2 more shops. So we'll go a little further. Maybe we should put it at the end of the street there. So like, as it is, it's 26 by 10. So most importantly, we want it. Oh boy, is it 4 by 4 or something? It is. It's ruined. Actually, no, that's fine. Should have put it further, like in the middle of town. Actually, this would be the least amount of space because it's got two places with whatevers. So back here. So yeah, 36. So there's another. Let's call it another 10 on either side of this. 26 would be 13. So it'd be like the middle of town would be here. And it's a 4x4. So here would probably be the actual good right spot to put it. I know. Very, very particular about. That's it. That's exactly where it needs to go. Okay. Town water features in. Now I would like to put some brick around it and some benches. What do I got for paths? We can just have a brick path. Let's make it. We got plenty of stone. Let's make a brick path and see what it looks like. Oh, that's wheat. It's like, why am I putting it to my mouth? I need significantly more of that. Erwin, are you all right, my guy? Creeping me out there a little bit. Oh, it literally takes 2 stones to make. This is also like the cheapest path we could make. Like, do I want... That's better. We can make benches. Like, I know we can make benches. But I don't know that any of them are going to be aesthetically pleasing enough for our purposes. I lied. Maybe we can't make benches. Oh, yeah, we can. Gumwood, just like hardwood bench. Palmwood bench is pretty nice. I think palmwood would be the most nice. I use on my palmwood? I think I did. How many does it take? 5. Of course it does. I've got 4. Cut down one of my trees. Here, would you back off? Sorry, that was rude. I just nice. Zelda song playing in the background right now, and I've done all the light routes. I've done all the shrines. I just did all the like ancient writings up in the sky. I'm gonna end up having to do like beat the game soon because I'm just kind of like I'm doing everything I can to stall. I mean, I have a lot. I think I probably have a lot of side quests left I could do. Test bench. See, I was thinking about putting like 4 of them on each side. But I think that might be too much. Maybe 1 front and back. Or sides. Maybe just the 1. Something to think about. I like that nighttime shift music though. Just like dropping this fertilizer everywhere that'll take it. Okay. I kind of want to just go to sleep so I can see if he has that book tomorrow. We're kind of just goofing around. Yeah, grinding wheat seems to level up farming quite a bit, but we are just sort of on that. We got book. Oh, we're okay actually. We got bug book. Yes. Now let's run through the tropics holding it open. It has some distance on it too. That's I should have bought that earlier. That's OP. That's OP bug catching technology right there. Grass yellow butterfly. I have 3 of those in storage, so I don't need that right now. But common blue tail. It feels like it. You can see it so far away. Blue moon butterfly. Fly, fly, fly. Yeah. I think I saw like because I think it's based on your your gear or something, right? So I think some enemies I saw for the first time as silver because of the way I weirdly played the game and didn't fight things a lot. And now I'm like fighting things all the time. I was like taking down King Gleelox in like less than a minute. I burned through a lot of resources doing that, but it did go quickly. Fiddler beetle. That's true, yeah, because there's still some lower ones some places, but you're right. I think it is a combination. I hope so, because I need like a certain very specific range of construct captain or whatever to upgrade that Zonai gear. And I need to just look up where to find those specifically, because otherwise that's going to be a pain. This book is OP. Just like running around with the book open, like, tell me the secrets of nature. I need to, oh, I assume question mark means I haven't caught it. Look at that! That's what I was after. That thing was the same color as the ground. What camouflage. I probably passed a bunch of those on the way through here. Probably not. They seemed rare, but... Anyways, we got what we were after. Jeez, these books are overpowered. I kind of thought there would be like, I didn't understand the worth of them. I could just go to the teleporter. So I was not getting them, but I should have put my faith in Dinkum, because Dinkum rarely lets me down when it comes to their quality of life. Some of the stuff's a little tricky and annoying to make, you know, and there's some of that menu businesses. I feel like it's just because it's probably hard to make things more robust in those areas, but most of the time, Dinkum's doing it right. Oh, let's go do that. Hold on, do I have a spear enough for it? I do. We can't get hit though, because I don't have any food. But yeah, I unpopular opinion, but Zelda's pretty darn good. Not many games that I'm like, I'm just gonna bust my ass collecting every shrine in Lightroot because I want to. Especially single player games. Usually, a lot of times with single player games, I'm like, all right, collectibles, I'm out. But you know, it's the Zelda. Oh, I also got all the Sage's Wells. All 16 of those? No, it's more than 16, right? $20. Or however many there are. I could be doing bad math. I don't know. It's just the weird inflatable ragdoll never gets old to me. Oh! I walked over that gator's nose. I did all the Gazette stuff, and that kind of puts some things into perspective. The whatever it is, the Lucky Clover Gazette or whatever it's called. I did all those side quests, and that kind of puts things a little bit more in perspective, because I was like, why aren't we telling everybody that there's a bad Zelda? It's like, oh, because some of them are telling a story from like literally right before she disappeared, and it wasn't bad Zelda. I ran way past the teleporter. Okay. We still have all of our morning chores to do. I think Clover wanted the... Look at that nice fountain with that nice bench. I completed your request. Fish book. 118. We need 180? No, 185. Please be open. No, we need 85, not 185. I'm honestly impressed with myself on that math, because I'm not good at math. I'm happy about this purchase. That gator statue, I've set myself up for spooks by putting it there. Yeah, the frog armor is freaking fantastic. Actually, I haven't actually used the full set, so I don't know. I don't like that, like, the sticky resistance means you slide less after you climb, you know? Because you still slide a bunch when you jump. It's probably less too, but... You may not actually, if you do the double upgrade, you may not at all. I don't know what the double upgrade is for the sticky, the frog armor. I think these might die before they're up for harvest again. I'm disappointed with the severe lack of another bird. And the fact, I even looked it up, and I'm like, no one's mentioned him. So I just have to assume he's not in the game at all. Which is sad. I very much enjoyed him. It's like, Nintendo, if you come out and tell me he got, like, smushed by a falling ruin, I'm gonna be upset. Yeah, I did. I went. That's what made me think of it, was you mentioning that, and mentioning that, or talking about those quests and being like, I went to go talk to him after the fact, and he was like, oh, this is where a bard had got inspiration or something like that. And I was like, that's all you're gonna give me, Nintendo? That's it? One of the best characters from the first game, and you're just gonna have a one offhanded mention of him? Okay. I think the stream music playlist has 2 versions of his song. I should go turn that bug in. Retro floor. We'll have a look at that. Alpha Croco. Take my big stick bug. Part of me's just like, just slap down brick path in front of all the buildings and stuff. But also I'm like, would that just be too much brick? I wasn't sure if I petted them or not. They should be, oh, hey, that, actually. Never mind. But the, it should be full grown soon. The pleeps. I need to sell those fish. Let's dump everything we can. Let's sell 2 of these slingshots while we're over there. Because I'm never going to use them, and I have the advanced one now, which I think will get repaired by the repair kit. Fish, fish. Slingshot, slingshot. That wasn't as good as I thought it would be. We're going to take this fish book. And we're basically just going to run around the river. There we go. These books are OP. Got him. Oh, that's like a little tetra. Part of me is like, I don't know that I've caught everything that you can. Jeez, that's just so OP. There's another one. Barramundis are 8,000. So yeah, you can just run around holding this book open and look for question marks. That's so nice. Leave me alone, I'm reading. A question mark. What could it be? So leave it alone, big fish. I want the little guy. A mouth almighty. Okay. It's an interesting one. We have another morning fish to go after. That's or another morning animal, and it's a fish in the rivers. It's so good. It's so I'm just can't get over it. It's such a good idea. And even the price, man. Dinkum is really spoiled to me. Did I already? Man, I used all the wheat? Dang. Oh, everybody left. Theodore, help me. I got a oh, you don't carry the fish in your hand when you're inside. That's not as fun. Take my 2 fishies. They've been available for a good while, but not always. I assume they probably popped up once I had enough in the museum, you know? That would make the most sense. Yeah, 45 donations makes them of each of those types of things makes them appear. So like once you get a good amount in there. Oh, 4 or 5 donations in the museum total. Bugs and fish count. Critters do not count. But yeah, once you get far enough in there. So they've been there a while because I know I've had like 50 in there for a good while. It said 20 something on each side of the thing for a while. But yeah, now I want to just go fishing and hold out my books in the South Seas. And hope I don't get hijacked by the South Sea Pirates. The South Sea Bootleggers. Did the fishing rod not get repaired by the repair kit, or was I not holding it? I mean, yeah, I want to have a look down there. Seeing as the northeast had specific trees, maybe the north, or maybe the southwest does. It did say like critters don't count, so I assume they don't get a book. They don't get a book. Well, let's see if the fish book shows me what the critters are. No. A lot of fish out there, though. I was like, I remember there being tuna and stuff out here, but that may have been last season. Like, I'm looking for question marks. See, the fish tipster was like, there's an unknown fish in the South Seas. And I'm like, was that marlin I caught? Because I kind of caught that north. It's like there's a limited distance of what I can discern to be question marks, and I don't know that there. I wonder if you take a picture of him, can you put him on the sensor? I never thought about it. Maybe I caught them all. Or maybe it's a time of day kind of thing. I don't know. Look at these little islands. I think these are the most islandy parts. Do they have anything on them? Because I know that's how we found coconuts. A lot of anchovies. Trying to make a nice pasta sauce, a nice pizza sauce with some anchovies. I'm gonna do a drive-by on these islands and see if I see anything worth stopping for. No, they're just like Alpine Islands. They're not really. That's apples. I think I have everything. I think the only like fruit I don't have now after the coconuts is cherries, but you can only get those during literally playing the game in December, which is strange compared, seeing as that's not really the way the rest of the thing operates. There was a time when I listened to Aloha de Chocobo too much and didn't like it anymore, which fair, but in moderation, fantastic song, especially when you have a steel drum version. I think I made a like burned disc back when you did that sort of thing that had the Final Fantasy IX version of the Aloha de Chocobo song, which was, I think, legitimately like a ukulele version. Double pearls. The more I think about it, the more I think I really want to play Hollow Knight. Pearls aren't that rare, turns out. Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy IX, which is Final Fantasy IX might have been the first Final Fantasy I bought myself and beat. I don't know that I never beat 8. I played through the beginning half of 8 like 5 times and never beat it. I definitely beat 7 at one point, but I think What's that? A question mark. But I think yeah, I got a PlayStation 2 and the first game I got was Final Fantasy 9 for PlayStation 1. Gross. I guess we should check nighttime other things too. Lousy with Buckaroo Grunters. And I think I have a like Game Chops version of Pandemonium, which might still be one of my favorite Final Fantasy songs. And I was certain they would have slipped it into the raids recently, and I don't know that they didn't, but I didn't hear it. Actually, the song's not Pandemonium. It's called You're Not Alone. It played in Pandemonium. I can't remember crap, but I can remember when and where a goddamn song got played in Final Fantasy 9 20 plus years ago. Can't remember what I was saying right now, but I know when the freaking song was. It was a song when Zidane, however you want to say it, was having a hard time in Pandemonium. And it was rad. I wonder if the oceans actually have a north and south differentiation. Is Theodore still open? Probably not at 10 o'clock at night, right? Theodore, no, he's outside. But yeah, I think this is going to be the last day I'm going to do today. And then we'll either do more Dinkum tomorrow or I'll cave and start whatever new game I want to start on Saturday. Books are so nice. Yeah, they're going to be full grown. Well, Tia's going to be full grown tomorrow. How many 2,800? It's not enough. But we're going to sleep. Final Fantasy 9 was so good. Might be my favorite until maybe 10. 10 was great. 10-2 was fantastic. I don't care what anybody says. I say that as if it was like not well received. I don't know how well received it was. I really enjoyed 10-2 and the costume sphere system. Let's go get a peep at full-grown Tia. Look at that! Chonker! Oh my goodness. We're not playing it, like we're not gonna save this day, obviously. I'm gonna do this anyway. Snipped. We gotta make a spinning wheel. We gotta put that on the list. Anyways, okay. Oh, I wanted to like, I'll mark it down to do tomorrow. Or for I'll mark it. We have a lot to put on the list, so let's do the list. I really enjoyed the whole 10-2 was a great game. Deep mine trip, already did that. We need to change this for get more ruby shards. Oh, that's not like high priority. By that, we bought that by the second irrigation license. Try to get people to move in. Of course, move the plot eventually. All these things. Yes. But also, smaller reminder, turn in the EO and don't sell it. I'll change these numbers and move them where I want them to be. Turn in EO. Use book for morning river fish. That we need. Anything else? I felt like I had more things to talk about and put on that list, but maybe I didn't. I think I'm just gonna not grow anything until I'm not gonna replant anything until until next season. But we'll see. I can't think of anything else I need to put on a list. I have 27 out of 35 fish and 32 out of 44 bugs. I do kind of want to get into like tracking those things down passively. Season on season. I think that's it, really. Which tomorrow may be the last time we do Dinkum for a while, if we do Dinkum tomorrow. We may do Dinkum tomorrow because I want to before I stop playing it for a long time. Well, these can be down here. This will be a small reminder. New business. Old business. Because that's new business, and old business is old business, and new business is new business, and we can't discuss new business until next quarter. Okay, sounds good to me. We'll go have dinner. Thank you, Oct, as always. Anybody else who might be watching. I'm gonna, go eat dinner, and we're gonna play Dinkum tomorrow, and then I'm gonna decide by Saturday. I'll also probably don't start again Friday. But I'm gonna decide by Saturday what Red Dead, Hollow Knight, Dead Cells is like a third in there that's may or may not even be considered. I think it's Red Dead and Hollow Knight pretty much. Because it's been long enough. And it's time to side-scrolling Souls it. Thanks again. Have a great evening. And good night.